Why do you like to be alive? Yes everyone. This post has a lot of rewards and many people in this thread have gotten awards too. However, please keep in mind, Rule 7 link, reddit.com/r/AskReddit/wiki/index, UTM_SOURC equals REDDIT and UTM_MEDIUM equals USERTEXT and UTM_NAME equals ASKREDDIT and UTM_CONTENT equals G5_2QH1I-WIKI Rule 7, and stop begging for rewards. Because a lot of you are doing it, and it is against the rules. Additionally, if anyone is reading this thread and struggling, there are some resources available. There's /r/susaduach, where well-meaning and sympathetic people will try and help, but be aware they aren't trained. There's /r/teenagers susaduach, which is for teenagers going through difficult times, but they are also not trained. The Befrienders link, befrienders.org/website is a global list of local suicide help charities. Use it to find an organization in your country. You should be able to call or email them for free, and they'll speak to you and try and help you without being judgmental. There's an old man I sometimes visit who can talk your ear off for hours on end. You'll sit down with him, and he'll start to unload his stories, one after the other, of his old friends, his years in the radio industry, and his misadventures chasing women. Once, halfway through his usual ramble, he stopped, turned to me, and said, "You know what? Life is fun. And it stinks to know that I'm getting close to the end. Because the whole thing's just been so damned fun." That's always stuck with me. It's my belief that the person who's had the most successful life is the one who, when it's all said and done, has the best stories to tell his grandkids. Personally, I'm approaching 30, and I feel like the past 20 years of my life could be literally erased from my memory, and I wouldn't lose anything of value. Working on fixing that now though. My goal is that when I'm 40 I won't wish for cancer anymore. I'm also approaching 30, and while I don't feel the same way about my past 20 years, I'm still making it my goal to make my 30s better than my 20s. I feel like I've been told my whole life by our culture that 20s are your prime, but I'm going to defy that. Same here, our prime is now. I survived cancer. I was given weeks to live, and miraculously got remission. Life post-cancer is a terrible struggle, mentally and physically, but I wouldn't trade it for the alternative. I now get to watch my adorable niece grow up. I get to look at the world with a completely different perspective. I get to enjoy being with my wife and traveling the world as much as possible. Death would solve a lot of the pain I currently live with, but the eternal sadness it would cause my family would haunt me. Just reread your post in r/gunners not even a day ago from 2 years ago. I'm proper gassed you made it, mate. Congratulations. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I still can't believe I survived. Someone's got to feed my Tamagotchi. My daughter had one years ago and left it with me while she was at school. I almost rear-ended a car trying to clean its poo up once. I'd forgotten all about those. My first pet. I loved those damn things, haha. Then, I got a real doggo and didn't like cleaning up real poo. So I stuck with my Tamagotchi bro. I just checked Amazon and they're about $30 now. I hope you kept your dog. Cause there are pies to be eaten. Pie is a good reason to be alive. Pro tip, take up baking, and you can eat all the pie you want. Your friends will love you, too. _close bracket. I cheated that tip and married someone who loves baking. All the same perks with much less work. Occasional serotonin. It hits me every once in a while. Also garlic bread. Serotonin caused by garlic bread. Has cracked it. It's the feedback loop of happiness. I'm terminally ill, and the closer I've gotten to death the more I've just sat back and watched nature, genuinely stopping to smell the roses. It's the little things in life that make life worth living. The family of birds in a nearby tree communicating with each other. The dog you wake up every morning to and can't wait to see you and be around you. I even oddly lyle watching the trees rustle on a windy day, watching my fish swim around their aquarium. Valuing the time and memories I make with my wife and friends. People that say life isn't worth living need to try their very best to smell the roses, watch the sunrise or sunset. I know sometimes life really can get us down in the dumps, but life is truly beautiful. Edit. Just woke up and checked all the notifications. Thank you everyone for the awards and the very nice words. It's very humbling to get so many beautiful responses. I've done my best to read and like as many as possible. One comment I noticed is about how close to death we come. My fate was luckily decided by my oncologist. I was in ICU last year. I was septic and I had a superbug the doctors couldn't get on top of. My kidney had completely stopped, and I only have one kidney. Fortunately, when the ICU had the various teams come together to decide whether to continue or let me go, my oncologist demanded they continue to treat me because I'm young 29 and my heart and lungs are in good shape. I'm still here to this day, so I owe it all to that man who saved my life multiple times. I sat with my wife and cried, told her I was ready to go, and laid patiently with my eyes closed ready to be taken away. It just didn't happen. Since that moment I've done my absolute best to enjoy the little moments in life that we easily brush past and let go unnoticed when we are busy and living a healthy normal life. I'll try to individually reply to comments where I can. Thank you everyone. Stick around as long as you can. You have some good wisdom to pass on. They say, people who are closing to death have their entire life flash before their eyes. They can very well judge what was good and what was bad. They are certainly a good source of wisdom. It's pretty amazing listening to them. I myself fear death to a point it freaks me out. And it's surprising how people say they will miss things like trees, soil, animals and family. Just the same things we take for granted. We must realize and learn from what they've got to say and act on it. My prayers are with Ok. In late 1999, Terence McKenna described his thoughts concerning his impending death to interviewer Eric Davis. I always thought death would come on the freeway in a few horrifying moments. So you'd have no time to sort it out. Having months and months to look at it and think about it and talk to people and hear what they have to say. It's a kind of blessing. It's certainly an opportunity to grow up and get a grip and sort it all out. Just being told by an unsmiling guy in a white coat that you're going to be dead in 4 months definitely turns on the lights. It makes life rich and poignant. When it first happened and I got these diagnoses, I could see the light of eternity, La William Blake, shining through every leaf. I mean, a bug walking across the ground moved me to tears. As I get older I'm scared of death for myself less and less, but it's those I'll leave behind that I worry about more and more. BC and fastest sperm. I'm speed. I am peed or speed. There's a lot of places I still want to go, books I want to read, movies I want to see. Even if I don't get to experience it all before I die, I like the anticipation of it all. This right here. Very relatable. Also imagine all the cool stuff that might happen in the future. And all the cool places you might visit. That is what I look forward to. The idea that any random day you can meet someone who might change your life at most and be someone you enjoy being around at the least has helped me. I met an old man battling cancer at work a few years back, and he is one of the most generous and thoughtful humans I have ever met. I was never close to my grandparents, and I think a young adult having an older, wiser person in their life to look up to can be very important. I totally agree. I've had a few elderly or just older friends since I was a teenager, and people always questioned why. BC historically that's how societies passed down history and life lessons. Growing up in the US, I experienced this and read about it, that the elderly and young people are divided. There's rarely places for both to have to interact. I always cherished my grandparents. I haven't tried all the restaurants in my area, and it actually has been a good motivator to cherish the whole life thing. That is surprisingly extremely simple and cute and beautiful. I need a new area. Happiness in tiny things is absolutely the key to being truly happy. Walking to work or uni or whatever and looking at how cool certain buildings, clouds, clothing etc looks, and just appreciating the beauty of the world is a prime example. Absolutely this. Little things Like drinking a cup of hot chocolate all cuddled up and with a blanket on in the dark as you stare the rain through your window. Or taking a walk through a park devoid of human noise on a nice warm day. Not enough to sweat. Not enough to be cold. Just you, nature and silence. Or those moments of closeness that you have with your dear ones that make you warm inside. The ones that make you realize, I'm loved. Apostrophe. I have a friend that's going through some tough times, so I like to check up on him every day and encourage him. You're a good friend. He's not a good friend. He's a great friend. It's not necessarily that I like to be alive now, but the nature of life is a constant ebb and flow of thrills and disappointments implies a coming wave of joy sooner or later. I hope it does for you. I hope it does for Link. imga.com/ftblia. Jiv. Watching sunrises with a hot cup of tea. Singing my favorite songs in a place with good acoustics. Using really soft yarn and it's something nice for someone. Calling a friend and hearing the joy in their voice when they realize it's me. Snow days. Making s'mores at a bonfire. It's all the little things. I hope you can find all the little things you love in life. There's so many. Please be safe. Friend, edit. Thank you all so much for the awards. Including my first silver. You sound like a treasure to be around. I always try my best. My dogs. I can't imagine leaving them behind. It's hard enough leaving them home when you go to work. Yes. But it also melts my heart to see how happy they are when they see me. Hey, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.